This is what so-called liberation from ISIL looks like to Hassan Ali and his family. It's been 6 months since Iraq's Prime Minister declared Nineveh province freed. Ali's house is still in ruins, so is much of Rabia town. He used to work as a farmer tilling the soil. Now he plows the rubble of his home and reaps what others have sown in his life.
We've given up hope in returning home. We've been displaced for over 3 years. Look at how our house has been destroyed.
Ali fled when ISIL fighters seized the nearby city of Mosul 4 years ago. He's not alone. More than 2.5 million Iraqis remain displaced by the war. They have no money to rebuild their lives, so they live in tent camps such as Hamam al-Alil south of Mosul.
The government should look after us. I'm the only breadwinner. I'm supporting 6 children, my parents and a sick family member.
These are the people the conference in Kuwait this week must help if it's to succeed. Ejecting ISIL from the third of Iraq the fighters once controlled has left a wasteland. Human rights groups such as Amnesty International blame both ISIL and the US-led coalition for unnecessary destruction and civilian deaths. The Nineveh Reconstruction Committee says the conflict destroyed 3/4 of Mosul's roads, almost all its bridges and 2/3 of the electrical network. UNICEF says 750,000 children in Mosul region lack access to health services.
If UNICEF and humanitarian organizations and the government of Iraq does not get funding in the Kuwait conference, the likelihood that cycles of violence will repeat themselves are very, very high. More children will be forced to leave school. More girls will be forced to marry early. We might see more young boys joining the fighting.
Iraqi officials come to Kuwait looking for investments in over 100 projects. Everything from the agricultural sector to the energy industry is on the table. And Iraq's Prime Minister, well, he says he needs $100 billion to get the job done.
It's a huge amount of money. We know our budget can't cover that, nor can donations. It's almost impossible. That's why we're resorting to investment.
Iraq is counting on outside help to salvage itself into a united and functioning state. But when asked what commitments they're ready to make in the Kuwait conference,
our policy posture has changed since previous administrations. Remember, we used to be in the whole nation building. The United States government is not doing that any longer.
That outside interest may determine whether Iraqis' thirst for a normal life will ever be quenched. Sami, Zeidan, Al Jazeera, Kuwait.